was another hot summer day in June, and I remember like it was yesterday, all the pretty flowers were in bloom. The fire hydrants were open, my friends were playing stickball at the park, trains were less than $1 token, and girls were playing double dutch at the corner spot. See, I was 13, and me and my sister loved to dance. Michael Jackson introduced the world to Billie Jean. And although there were no Best Buys, Walmart, or Target, I worked packing grocery bags at the local supermarket. This particular morning I was running late just trying to get to work on time. I live by the Bronx River Project housings, where you could find Africa Bambaataa and catch the number 6 train line. To get to work early, I took a shortcut, ran by the Cross Bronx, where there was a small field of grass, and moving quickly, looking down, who could imagine things could go from good to, well, horribly bad. Hearing a muffled sound, I looked up to view the space, and there it was in an instant, a gun pointed at my face. He was dressed in blue and said, "Put your hands in the air and get the fuck down." I quickly put my 13-year-old hands in the air, and I slowly kneeled to the ground. Confused, shaken, and bewildered, I thought, what did I do? The man in blue said, "You better not have broken my watch, and don't you fucking move." He said he threw his watch at my direction to get my attention. But honestly, I kept thinking, "Ben, don't move, just answer his questions." I had a windbreaker in my hand. It was a jacket that zipped up nicely into a bag. The man in blue said, "Where'd you get the purse?" He appeared livid and mad. I said, "It's not a purse, but a jacket." Face down on the ground, that's when I felt his foot on my back. He said, "You're not listening to what I'm asking. Where'd you get the purse?" I said, "It's not a purse, but a jacket." Just when I thought things couldn't get much worse, I heard voices coming from different directions. One said, "You got him." Another one said, "You thought you was gonna get away?" The grass was wet from the morning dew, and I was nervous, shaking, and afraid. One of them reached inside the bag, and they pulled out a jacket. I heard one of them say, "This isn't the perp who stole the purse. This kid's innocent. Him we shouldn't have apprehended." Another one said, "Get up." But I didn't realize how hard, as they lifted me up from the handcuffs and they proceeded to walk me to their police car. As we were walking, I looked up at one and said, "What's your badge number?" He looked down at me and said, "You don't need to know that, nigga." As they handcuffed me, they said, "Where you going?" As if that could fix it. I said I was on my way to work, and they proceeded to drive me to the supermarket. Now much older, I think back to all that had happened. How I could have been another 17-year-old Trayvon Martin, or another young boy who was run over in Howard Beach in 1986. He was attacked by 10 white men. His name? Michael Griffith. Or a 19-year-old Michael Donald, a young heart for dreaming. He was considered the last black recorded lynching. And in 1954, a young boy died a horrible death. His name? Emmett Till. He was attacked by 20 white men because he whistled at a white girl. I could have been one of them. You're not listening. I could have been one of them. Hated and despised by the color of my own skin. I mean, it's 2015. I mean, haven't we learned anything? Don't we realize, no matter the color, that we are all people? It wasn't so long ago that a great man once said, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." Well, I hope these true stories do more than touch your soul. Because had that cop pulled the trigger, I'd never be at a show. Just another dead poet silenced by the sound of a racist bullet. What does it look like? I hope it looks like that.
Does it look like the angel up there, Jada?
See it? You see the statue? Why didn't I do the bird? That's a good question. There's just so many birds. Look, there's another one right there. How about I make a bird like flying over here? I put a bird over there. How about that? Put a bird over here. How about that? There's a bird.
How long you been doing this sort of stuff?
I would say it's been about a good 4 years. And I'd say the last 2 years I got real serious with it. And I went to like different places like the Nuyorican and, you know, Inspired Word, and even places in Jersey City and even PA, Pennsylvania, you know, just all over the place. Just any place that people would hear me, or any place that I could learn from, you know, learn from different poets and different artists. Definitely have to surround yourself with people who can do their thing and do it well. The painting, I've been painting watercolor for about 7-8 years. I think originally, of course, like everybody else, crayons and pencils when you're a kid. Markers, I loved markers, I loved graffiti. I used to do a lot of graffiti, and I even got in trouble in school once with a dean who told me that I wrote my sign tag in the room like 150 times or something. I was like, I did it that many times? When I got a little older, like in my 20s, I started painting in oils and acrylic. Oil is one of those mediums that takes forever. Acrylic is like, to me, it's kind of like white out. It's very fast and dries very quickly. So if you blink or, you know, go to the bathroom, it's dry already. So if you want to change something, it's probably not a good medium to do. Towards the end of my year at NJCU, my professor said, why don't you try watercolor? And I was like, nah, I don't think so. I was very intimidated. I mean, I had read masters say how difficult watercolor was. So I was like, what's the point of doing watercolor? I mean, I'm not gonna do anything with it, so. But I said finally, I'm like, you know what, I'll try it. You know, nobody will know. I'll get a little book and, you know, I'll just do a little bit and see what happens. And then when I did it, I gotta tell you, I fell in love with it. It was like, I was blown away how beautiful the colors looked. I was like, man, these colors are gorgeous. I was like, man, I wish I would have done this a long time ago. It's been my love ever since. I love watercolor. It's the most, to me, the most romantic medium. I love it, I love it. Well, these four had come to the decision that life was not worth living. And perhaps you, whether young or old, have come to that same conclusion in your own mind. Who would give a damn if I went missing? Who would reach out when they found nothing there but an empty heart, broken, strewn, and bare? But when the dust settles and your mind's eye begins to truly see that without a family, whether broken or not, well, there could be no you, and assuredly there could be no me.
What did you do?